blissful souls, and welcome back to Subconscious Food. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about how to use conflict in your life, how to make it work for you, and how to raise your vibration with it. Sounds like the opposite of what would normally go through our heads when we experience conflict, but what we have to realize is that there's always an opportunity for us to ascend ourselves into enlightenment in every single scenario that life presents to us. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to help support me in helping more and more people to live happy and fulfilled lives and experience peace beyond all understanding. So we're going to start off with the awakening process. Now, when you're going through an awakening process, you start to question absolutely everything. Every situation, whether it was in your past, something that's due to happen in your future, or currently happening to you right now, you start to question it. Why is this happening? Where did this pain come from? And what can I do to heal it? Now, whilst you're in this process, it's going to be very easy for you to fall out of alignment with those around you, such as your family members and your friends, people that have known you for a long time. And maybe at some point you would have matched their belief systems with your own, because that's maybe how you bonded, or if it's family members, that's maybe what they taught you and it's how they live their lives. So it's very easy to fall out of alignment with people as we evolve and as we grow. And certainly what happened for me was I went through a process of thinking that I was helping my loved ones around me by telling them and sharing with them the wisdom and the information that I had picked up and I had learned on my own journey, as I would with anything else. And normally that kind of information is reciprocated in a wonderful way and people appreciate that, because I've always been kind of the advice giver in my group of friends or family or whoever it is. I'm always the person who's really nurturing and is able to give wonderful advice that really helps people. So it came to me as quite a surprise when I learned that when I shared all this information, it was starting to trigger something in people, and that triggering gave off an emotion. And so people would react to what I was saying in somewhat of a negative fashion. So anger would build up, they would feel uncomfortable, they wouldn't want to talk about it anymore. And I'm not saying I was sort of shoving it down their throats, but I was just speaking about it, and I could sense and I could feel the tension arising. And in that part of my awakening, I wasn't sure what was going on. I didn't understand. It didn't make any sense to me, because if someone had told me that information, I'd be jumping for joy because it was so useful. Like everything I learned and all these wonderful tools, techniques and tips, which I am dedicated to sharing with you. So as I came further along in my evolution, I started to realize something. I started to realize more and more about love and compassion, and how we can open our hearts more and more and more to learn that when we speak and think from the heart, i.e. we are compassionate when we talk to one another, we are kind, we are very empathetic, we can start to realize that it's just another opportunity the universe is providing us for our own growth, our own evolution, our own ascension. Most importantly, that beautiful feeling of happiness, peace and bliss. So let's talk about the actual conflict. So let's say you're having a conversation with someone really close to you. Maybe it's your best friend, and they don't necessarily share the same views on you, and they're telling you about a problem, and you in fact want to give them a solution which you know it's not going to be, oh, you deserve better, oh, he's not good enough for you, oh, so and so is doing this to you and is cruel and selfish and using all this kind of negative language, but in fact you give them a solution that tells them that they've got to work on themselves. And if their reaction is then, you're not listening to me, you're not understanding me, the first thing I want you to do is, of course, give a very mild reaction and sympathize with them and make sure you give them that love and respect. But afterwards, I want you to go away and I want you to sit down and I want you to dissect that conversation, because it's very likely that you would have felt something. So your ideas were rejected, you may have felt humiliated in that moment, you may have felt maybe even guilty for giving them the wrong advice that they weren't able to receive at this time. You may feel a bit helpless. There are so many different emotions that you may feel because your advice that came truly from the deepest depths of your soul was rejected and was not appreciated. So I want you to dissect that conversation. I want you to write down and to understand some of the reasons why you felt humiliated, why you felt rejected. And sure enough, I'm sure you're going to find out that the reason why could be because of a past event, a memory, some sort of data within the subconscious that's hidden in there that's making you remember the feeling of being humiliated, and you're replaying the pain and that emotion that you once experienced. And then I also want you to try and heal that part of you. Try and heal that memory that's within the subconscious. I want you to try and, whether it's through the divine white light and you heal it through that, whether it's a much longer process where you actually have to heal some deep rooted issues that are within you. Comment down below if there are any other healing methods that you want to learn about in learning how to heal the subconscious and the memories and the data, because I do have a lot that I would love to share with you. So really it's about figuring out, in that instance, in that moment where you had two people speaking to one another, what caused the pain, and use that as an opportunity to grow. Maybe your previous reaction to something like that would have been feeling like your friend is not grateful to have you, feeling rejected, feeling of a lower vibration, and maybe even distancing yourself from that person. No one wins, not you, not your friend, not your evolution, not your growth. No one wins in that scenario. So every single situation you're in is an opportunity for you to grow. If you take away one thing from this video, I want you to remember that. Go ahead and click the like button if this has provided any value to you. Now, what's important for you to realize is that we are part of the collective consciousness. So when you heal a part of you that has been in pain, that has data that's trauma, that is data that is a defunct program, if you will, and when you heal that part of you, you heal it in all of us. So when you heal that humiliation and that pain, you heal it in your friend, you heal it in yourself, and you heal it in all of us. So the work that you can do just to heal the parts of you are incredible. You not only set the pathway for your own evolution, but for everyone else's as well. And the more and more you open your heart, the more and more that will feel absolutely amazing to do. And you will achieve everything you've ever wanted to achieve and more by just being. By just being who you are. Is there anything more rewarding in the entire universe than just being, just existing? It is the most beautiful thing I've ever experienced, and that's why I use every opportunity to heal a part of me, to stop pointing my finger at everyone else and just look at me. Because remember, our relationships are a little window to the soul where we can see what is a true reflection of what's going on within inside of us. They're mirrors for us. Peace of the mind, peace of the heart, peace of the spirit, peace of the body is one of the biggest things I have learned so far. And it all starts with us. Peace of I. It starts with me. If everyone took that responsibility on board, can you imagine the world that we would live in where everyone is responsible for themselves? Beautiful. And we're getting there. We're en route. We're on our way. ETA to be confirmed, but we're getting there. We are getting there. And I'm sure you've heard many ancient sages say it, many yogis say it. They're always talking about being the observer. How do you get there? This is how you get there. Because once you heal all of that trauma within the subconscious, guess what happens? You start observing everything from a place of neutrality. Every situation becomes neutral and an opportunity to grow. So you don't have these kind of primary reactions where it's just emotion first. You slow down time, you think about it, you consider it, and you grow with every breath you take. So your energy is no longer focused on a pain and emotion. Instead, it's focused on enjoying the bliss and the peace of this moment right now, whilst cultivating the next few moments for your future. But you can do it in this moment right here, right now. And that is the beauty of what life has to offer you, the experience of the now. The one thing I do want to end this video with is just to let you know that if you are experiencing some negative and toxic relationships in your life, maybe the message for you is to let that relationship grow. But of course, what it is you can do is use those triggers to heal yourself. When you heal yourself, you heal everyone else. Don't forget to subscribe, people. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button, share this video, comment down below, show me some love. I love you all. Namaste to you all, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.